video lecture concerns the attributes to be found within analytical thinking and problem solving, which are no doubt competencies that are very valuable within the BA arsenal. But they're not easy to describe. Why do I say that? Inevitably, the analysis to be performed or the problems to be solved are all based upon the situation at hand, right? So we cannot come up with a cookie-cutter approach. That being said, there are some common attributes to be found within this domain that I think are worth mentioning at this point. So let's get started. The first point would be creative thinking. Now, creative thinking in this particular example allows the business analyst to look at a situation from a different perspective, i.e. not the way that everybody else has been looking at it so far, because if indeed they were looking at it properly, they probably would have solved the problem. And so the business analyst allows creative thinking to be used to look at the problem from a different perspective and perform the analysis in a very unique way. Creative thinking. Then we move on to ensure that the options that we have at our disposal are covering all possible elements. That means you have all information that you require, and to use the phrase no stone unturned, we've covered all possible options to make sure that the decision to be made, whatever it may be, is sound. The third element I'd like to cover is the ability to onboard quickly into an assignment. We as BAs are not always given the luxury to have a thorough briefing of the situation at hand, understanding the actual problem statement, verifying and validating the problem statement, understanding the opportunity, but rather we are expected to hit the ground running, which means we have to be able to absorb quite a bit of information extremely quickly so that we can get moving. And that is a very important attribute not to be discounted within business analysis, onboarding quickly. Number 4 is ensuring that we're solving the right problem. Now you might be thinking at this point, isn't that obvious? If it's so obvious, then how come in my entire career I had continuously been put into a situation where I've been given a problem statement, and after digging deeper, I realized what they considered the problem statement was actually the symptoms, and that the problem was much more deep-seated. So we as business analysts need to be able to perform that analysis part to make sure that we're solving the right problem. That would be number 4, solving the right problem. And the 5th point is system thinking. And of course, they're all very important. None of the points are more important than the others. But let me explain system thinking to you. It's understanding the various components and the dependencies between these components and the ramifications of changing A and what effect it has on B and C. All of this information is imperative to ensuring that we come up with the best solution, a viable solution, a robust solution. So that would be system thinking. So what did we look at in this video lecture? We looked at analytical thinking and problem solving, obviously, and we came to the conclusion that there is no such thing as a cookie-cutter solution to putting all of these elements together, but we can define best practice or a common denominator to be found, and these were 5 points. We looked at creative thinking, we understanding all possible options and the information tied to that, no stone unturned. We look to the point of onboarding quickly and the importance to be able to jump into assignment without necessarily having all the information in the beginning, but being able to absorb information quickly. We looked into the issue of understanding what the real problem is and not trying to solve the symptom. And then lastly, we looked at system thinking and how important the interdependencies between all the various systems within the organization plays with regards to coming up with the best solution. Thank you.